Hi guys, Cynthia here, and today, I'm wearing a sweater. It's actually beautiful outside. It's in the 70s, but I live in upstate New York, so when it's sweater time or when, you know, um, fall comes, there's like 4 or 5 months of like dreaded snow. So, um, I'm not the kind of person who's like, oh my God, I love fall. I can't wait. I'm the kind of person who's like, let's wait. But today we're going to do a huge garden cleanup. There's lots of things like spent sunflowers and like I have to cut back some of the tomatoes that look really bad, the zinnias. I have to take out one of my Brussels. Just I just need to do a huge cleanup. I have to cut some lavender back. Just lots and lots to do today. So we're going to get that done. Let me show you what I have in my bag. So here are the tools. Just a set of gloves, obviously. A hori, always important. I have just a Fiskars, like a hard pruner, and then I have Falco's 322s, just in case I need to do any like fine details, and then obviously my hard bottom bag. First thing I'm going to do, what the heck kind of bug is that? That was so scary. I want to get rid of this spent sunflower, like this little guy here. So we're going to go ahead and take care of that guy. I cannot wait to clean up the garden. I have a disaster here, but that's okay. You guys understand. It's just been such a work in progress and lots of different things that are changing, and I don't know, lots going on. So I was thinking of just pulling the sunflower, but I'm not going to because actually, yep, I'm just going to pull it. It didn't really root out that much, you can see there, but it did bloom nicely. I'm sure there are seeds. I'm not going to save those. No need. Look at this. What a nightmare. That is so nasty. It just mangled. So I'm going to go ahead and cut it at the base right down there, and hopefully I will not be planting anything in the space. I might need the hori. Oh yeah, I'll need the hori for that. Oh my God, that is so hard. Holy cow. Come on. Ugh. Holy moly. Wow. Oh, thank God. All right. That was crazy. It smells good though. I mean, look at how bad. So you could tell that Brussels were forming, but it was just got eaten up. I think next year I have to buy like what are those called? I might have to put it under something because I don't want it to do that again. I want to be able to enjoy what I grow, and that just isn't it. This tomato looks so sorry. I think I'm going to water it deeply. And after I water this, we will visit this back. Um, yeah, this bed probably needs a good 30 minutes of watering. Oh, I lost some cucumber flowers. Look how pretty. All right, let's move on to something else. First, let's move the water to this bed, and then we'll move on to something else. I just want to make sure this gets its watering. It's a nightmare, this tomato. It looks so bad. I don't know what's going on. Well, it's so hot, and tomatoes don't really love being super hot. Okay, let's move on. So I was going to go ahead and collect the seeds that are left, but I collected enough the other day, and I really do not want to wait for some of them seeds to brown up. I am not going to plant something new in here at all. Weeds. Perfect. So, that being said, I will be moving. Oh, what is that? Ew! You guys, there was a scary bug in there. Ugh, I hated that. I'm gonna go ahead and remove my Oya. It's empty because I've just been letting this bed dry out, but you can see how moist it still is. All the soil's stuck on there still. These Oyas are amazing. Ugh, it's teeming with bugs in here, which I guess is good. I don't know. So that's cool. Now this bed is empty. Oh, let's take this apart. There we go. Perfect. Bring this inside. Or I might leave it out. I don't know yet. Very nice. So that's cleaned up. What else? I really want to get rid of these onions. Let me show you. I have been not touching these little bits of onion. There's like 5 of them that are just not, their necks are not breaking at all. And quite frankly, I'm over them. So I would like to just, oh, that one's weird. That one was broken. No, no. I'm not going to give it a chance to continue to grow. I want to get rid of this bed here. I have to remove the soil so I can start planting the garden. And keeping these onions was taking forever. Let me show you one more onion, you guys. Oh my gosh. This onion is not quitting. Does not want to stop. I know you see like an abundance of mulch. I've been trying to empty barrels and adding just the mulch here, but look at this, how big this is. Wow, this is a sweet Spanish white, I believe. Look at that. Still super thick. Hasn't shown a sign of blooming, so just keeping her protected. Isn't that quite amazing? I love it. I'll leave that one for a little bit longer, but I mean, these aren't terribly small. They're not great, but I just want to get rid of that bed. Next cleanup is just all of the garden debris. Like just these 3 new things, but I have that one there. I have like a thing there, another stake there, just stuff all over the garden. There's a basket right there. Like, we're going to go ahead and clean that all up. We're going to go ahead and I'm just going to grab the handful of it. You ultimately do not want to trim it like this, but what I do is I grab a huge chunk of it all at once, and then I'll do a precision prune so that it just looks nicer. But right now, with all of these flowers and blooms all in my face, it's really hard to see what I've got going on. Let's get rid of this one. This one here was damaged by the groundhog. He basically stood on it to eat this tree, and so it's looking kind of ratty. Hopefully we can get a rebloom out of here. That's the goal, but I might I've been too late for a rebloom. All of these will be moving in the fall. I want to make sure that the path is super clear. This is not enough room. Clearly, these are going to grow in. So my goal is to, this tree is going to have a higher canopy and be able to walk under the tree. I love cutting lavender. It smells so good. Okay, that's good enough. Next, I will be cutting down some of these zinnias. Though they are beautiful, I do not need them to reseed in here, and they're getting pretty thick. So I'm just going to get rid of any spent blooms, like this. This is just not, the look that I'm going for. I'll keep this for a little bit. It's just a pretty color, but anything that looks a little crunchy is gone. Actually, let's just get rid of this one. And you want to go ahead and cut it, but there's another stem popping. But I do like the protection that these have been giving my peppers. I'm not sure if it's been hindering them or not. I think maybe, I don't know, some of my pepper plants look a little bit messy. We've had an issue with grasshoppers, so that doesn't help, but it is what it is. Some of the zinnias are just not looking great. Oops. Oh, I think I cut off one that wasn't ready yet. Oh no, that one was fine. I will definitely put zinnias here again. I love the look of zinnias. I didn't think of this color when I planted it in. These are like the queen lime. And even though they're, oh my God, look at that. Oh my gosh. Even though they're beautiful, I like the idea of having something just more vibrant. So I think next year I will be doing beautiful, bright zinnias, and we'll talk through my plans for next year. I definitely think it's important to kind of share that with everyone, and you guys can give me feedback because, we're not there yet. So if you were like, oh, that's not going to work, then I would love to know that. Oh no, I just got rid of a bloom by accident. So, I want to review these arches in this video also. I like them. I think they're really pretty. I think I need something that has more like grid, if that makes any sense. So I don't know if I have to modify something. I'm going to keep these because I like them, right? I like the width of them. I like how sturdy they are. I really like the look of them. But I think, how like I talked about not really liking cattle panels? I still don't, not that much. I like them in other gardens, but I think what I might do is get something like that, spray them black, and then attach them to these. So hold on, what I mean is like, say I put like a panel just like from down to like this next rung here, just if you can imagine it. I have seen plenty of other arches that kind of have the look I'm going for, but they're hundreds of dollars. So it's really not something that I can afford or do. I know you guys are probably looking at these and saying, hey, those aren't that bad. What is the problem? It, they're not doing anything. So we're going to go ahead and remove those. I don't want them here anymore. I restarted some more seeds. So I will definitely replant them. My gosh. I will be replanting them and then putting them under a cover. All the holes and everything, I can't do. So we're getting rid of this. Much better. I feel so much better. I will probably dig these all up in here in a minute. Next item, let's go clean up my fall gold raspberry. So I have a giant weed in here, like enormous weed. I'm going to go ahead and take off this cover. I will say it has protected it from just about everything. I have tried some raspberries and there's one of ready. So I am going to go ahead and try it with you guys here now, but it's been stunting the growth. This covering, you can see that the tops are kind of squished. But what I want to show you, look at this. Do you see that? Fruit. Let's eat those. Look how beautiful. One I squished, so I will not be eating that one. Look how beautiful this is. And they're so sweet. Oh my gosh, you guys. So superior. So delicious. If you don't grow the fall gold, I suggest that you do. But next, there's a giant weed in here. And it's one of those scary prickly ones. So I've been afraid to pull it, but now it's the size of the raspberry bush. And let me show you. That's a weed. Let's put my gloves on. And it's about to bloom, this guy. That's a weed. I saw it the other day. And I was like, that is no way that is a weed. And sure enough, it is. And I'm scared because it's one of those prickly ones. How did that happen? I'm going to pull it. I thought about cutting it back, but no. There we go. Sorry. This poor plant just suffers. I will be moving the location of this plant also. I'm going to put it in a 3x2 bed that I'm building so I can have more raspberries. But yay, weed gone. I should have done this a long time ago. One of the notes I'm taking away this year is clean up as I go. Leaving a bunch of wires and things in your garden for you to trip on is not it. So this is kind of heartbreaking. I am going to remove the artichoke. I'm saddened about it because it took up a lot of real estate in my uh, winter sowing situation. But this is not a good place for it. Artichokes need a full amount of sun, and you can see that it has been shaded out for quite some time behind the cucumber, behind the peppers, behind the zinnias. It's just behind. And so it just didn't do well here. I'm just going to cut it out with my hori as to not disturb the roots of the other plants. So kind of sad about it, but I have a plan for next year in artichokes. I'm not going to give up. I really want blooms, so I will not be giving up at all. I will be putting them, I believe, in a barrel with their own oya so that they're getting as much water as they need, although the soil is pretty moist, but I am currently watering, so I'm sure that's why. um, Full sun, their own personal oya, and a lot more love and attention, I guess. I don't know. I did start it early enough, you guys, so it is what it is. So it has been a little over 20 minutes since I have watered this tomato. I don't know what's going on. What I might have to do, honestly, what I think I'm going to do, get rid of it. I'm going to get rid of the whole thing. I will be, you'll watch me do it. I'll be taking the tomatoes that are on there and uh, just having them ripen on the windowsill. I do not want to harbor anything with disease in my garden. Let's go ahead and harvest these guys, just all of them, and I'll let them ripen on the windowsill. This was just fine the other day. I literally just did a huge harvest, you guys saw, and this tomato was not bad, but it's so pretty. They will still ripen, super green, but you can also eat them if you like green tomatoes. I personally don't, so I'm going to let them all sit and ripen. Super saddened by this plant, but really not worth harboring diseases. Now, something I was thinking about, because I've gotten rid of so much right in this corner, I'm thinking about doing something else here. The soil has dropped severely, so I don't want to start anything that will have to live here for some time. I want to be able to clean this entire bed out when the cantaloupe is done. But if I can find just a pretty flower at a garden center somewhere. Oh, I can't see this. Where can I cut this guy? Oh, well, one dropped. Oh, and another, and I should just pick them. How about that? I was trying to cut them down in really pretty clusters, but that did me no good. Oh, so sad. That's okay. There really is never a need to harbor disease in your garden, ever. I always get rid of the tomato tape or the, you know, tape for the plants, not necessarily tomato tape. That's how I use it. You never want that to go into the green waste bin. Oh, there's more. Look at this. You guys, I was going to let these stay on. These will ripen, no problem, on my countertop. I don't know what kind of disease this has. If it has any, I don't know if it's just severely wilted, but none of my other tomatoes are doing it. So I'm just not going to live with this. It smells good. Beautiful. Just like that. Let's remove this. Lovely. All right. Clean. I'm going to cut out with my hori hori those two stems. I could move another marigold or just let these guys flourish. I have to be careful with my Oya. I don't want to crack it or break it. Now the tomato stem. Oh, and I forgot I had a sunflower stem in here too. There we go. Much better. I'll let this guy kind of take over, I guess. But now you're free. Some air in here, that'll be really nice. So I took these off of the tomato and I thought to myself, recycle! I have my watermelons that need to be kind of, I want them to train up. So hopefully, oh yeah, perfect. So good, so good. I know this one needs like to go up, right? Yeah. Oh my gosh. How pretty. I'm so happy. I really do not think these were going to do anything because they took forever, but they look pretty good. And I have some blooms, no melons here, but blooms. So I did not realize that my battery died on my mic, so sorry about that. So I took the pepper trellis that I had on this tomatillo and I put the tomato trellis on this tomatillo, and I should have done that from the start, but Gardener Supply did sell out this summer and so I was unable to purchase more, but I will be using the pepper trellis that was on this tomatillo onto the pepper, and that's what I'm going to be doing next. This does have a hoop on it, but the hoop is very short. So we will go ahead and So the hoop is very short. I know you guys can't hear me. So I'm gonna go ahead and move the hoop and put this in. So I'm deep watering the raspberry, and I am just removing all the dead foliage so that it doesn't harbor any disease. Let's do a quick little walkthrough of everything I cleaned up. I have my little onions, and I'm bringing this basket in to grab my tomatoes. It may not look like much has changed, but I did go ahead and cut back some zinnias and did a deep water on everything. You can see that I did get a good amount of something there, which is wonderful. I went ahead and the biggest change would be in this bed here. You can see that it's clear, nothing's there, and that's fine. I actually prefer it. If I get something like an annual, I might put in there that grows pretty tall. If I can find another gomphrena, look at that bumblebee, how sweet. But I put a gomphrena over there and one right here not too long ago because it was looking a little empty here. I took some onions out of this corner here, and the other artichoke I took out of this corner because they just didn't do well. So I'm happy with that. I went ahead and cleaned up all of the debris from the garden. It may not look like it because I still have that tower there, but I don't have any baskets or wires or anything like that, which is lovely. You can see that I started emptying that barrel there and throwing it all in here. Just started to do the process of moving things around. We went ahead and repurposed some of our trellises. I put a pepper trellis there, which that pepper is going to thank me. And over here, I added the tomatillo to this trellis, and the tomatillo is gonna thank me when it starts to kind of grow. I went ahead and cleaned up my raspberries. Still have a bit of a mess that I have to clean. Got rid of my poor Brussels out of there. The soil, that is full of roots. What I'm going to do when I build my beds is throw that at the bottom. That's basically what I do with a lot of my containers. I just throw it at the bottom of the raised beds over the winter, and that's just kind of how I start the filling process. So I have lots and lots of plans for the garden, and I'm really excited about just the start of cleaning up. Makes me feel like I'm being productive. You can hear the water going. I have my fruit tree soaking. But yeah, everything's looking really, really good. Still have lots and lots of things to do, lots of things to move, and I'm really excited. I think I will be going over the garden plans here soon with you guys, so you know what we'll be doing. We'll be building beds shortly. Lots and lots of fun things going on. So I went ahead and put my hair up because it was feeling like my neck was hot, although it's like beautiful right now. I'm going to go around and water in all of the alliums, which are now in full bloom. Let me show you. They are just doing wonderful. I just love how resilient alliums are, and I'm really just happy with that progress. When it gets a little cooler, we're going to go ahead and dig a trench out so that I can have like a nice clean edge. There's just lots going on. I'm really happy that I got rid of that tomato. It was causing me a little bit of stress. As you can see, I have plenty of tomatoes, so I'm not concerned about losing an entire plant because I have like 3 other tomatoes that are still doing and producing lots and lots. So I'm not too concerned. So I'm really happy that I got rid of it. Again, if you guys see that something is not doing well, don't limp it along. Just get rid of it. You can sacrifice your whole garden if you don't like clean certain things up. Any kind of like dead or diseased or just any debris on your soil is just not good for your garden. So that being said, I'm going to go ahead and take advantage of this beautiful evening and deeply water all of my alliums and the rest of my garden. And I'm going to leave the video there. But I want to say thank you guys so much for watching. And remember, if you didn't get it done today, there is always tomorrow.